Oh boy, we love a good scapegoat, don't we? Well, this video is going to be regarding Olivia Jade, who was Lori Laughlin's daughter, who was caught up in this college admissions scandal. Okay, I don't agree with any cheating or corruption. This video is not really to defend Olivia Jade, it's just maybe to sort of understand her position a little bit more. Well, I'm sure a lot of people also feel this way. I really just wanted to hate Olivia Jade. I wanted to point at her and say, wow, she is so entitled and self-centered, and just look at her. Just look at her. So I've watched a few videos, and these are just some things that I've noticed. And YouTube is not 100% representative of someone's life, and you really can't completely judge somebody based on a YouTube video or a video clip. There's one video that's entitled something like Olivia Jade acting like a brat, and I watched that video and I was fully prepared to laugh at it, but honestly, for my opinion, I didn't really see anything that could be construed as her acting like a brat. She's saying things like that she prefers white sheets on her bed, and in one section of the video she's sitting in a chair about to get a haircut, and I guess in some type of way that she's supposed to be coming across as being bratty, I guess because the guy maybe came to her house or something to cut her hair. Or there's another part of the video where she's thanking some company for sending her flowers. So again, that's just a small snippet of her life, but overall, from the videos that I've seen of her, and I was not a follower before all this, she seems very sweet to me. Even in these videos where people are saying she's a brat. There is another video, someone saying they went to school with her, and even in that video, the girl is just pretty much saying how the culture of the school was. She's not directly calling out Olivia Jade in that video. So honestly, I'm having a hard time really buying into it at this point. Also, she seems very honest. If you notice in her videos where she's speaking about school, she repeatedly says that she does not care about school, that she didn't want to go to school, that her parents made her go to school. To me, the honesty strikes me as being very sincere, because it is sort of a risky thing to be that honest, especially if, can you imagine being her and having these parents that are basically forcing you to go to this school, and then you're basically just out here speaking your truth, and that, I feel like that's pretty bold of her to actually just admit that she doesn't care about school. Even though she did participate in this corruption and this scandal, I really blame the parents for this, not so much her. I feel like maybe she was kind of just going through the motions and doing what her parents wanted her to do. Also, another thing that I have noticed by following this story and from it just popping up in my news feed is it seems like she's gone into hiding, and there's been some speculation on how she feels. I don't believe that she's made an official statement yet, but it does seem like she's having a very appropriate reactions to this. She's very embarrassed, and according to the news, which I don't know if this is true or not, she's very angry at her parents. So it does seem like she is not going back to school, from according to what I've read in the news, and that's completely appropriate. Good on her for sort of going into hiding and trying to figure out how to handle this, because she has lost a lot from this. She had apparently a pretty successful YouTube channel. It's hard to believe that she's only 19 years old, and So I did a little research on this because I do remember learning that the human brain does not develop fully until you reach a certain point in your 20s. And so I did some research on this, and according to Rochester Medical Center, the human brain is not fully developed until 25 years old. The part of the brain that thinks rationally is not fully developed, according to this information that I got off this website. So teens are more emotional, and the parents are really the role models because the adult brain should be more capable of good judgment and awareness of consequences. So if you think about that, you cannot really say that she would have made this choice on her own. It really, again, seems like the parents here failed her. When you come from a poor family, it's sort of easy to say that you're going to get away from your parents because you can always do better. But Olivia Jade, her parents, they must be extremely wealthy. I don't know how wealthy. I didn't even know Lori Loughlin was married to the Massimo guy, but I'm assuming that they have a great amount of wealth. And your parents are already pretty powerful in your life. They form your life and they form your lifestyle, and they guide your choices and they guide you in the direction that's supposed to be a virtuous direction, ideally. She is probably very financially dependent, even though she does have this YouTube channel. She can't be making as much money as her parents are worth on this YouTube channel, so she's probably relies very heavily on her parents still, and that makes her sort of more under their control still. So if she wanted to keep her lifestyle, and if she didn't want her life, even her friends, and if she didn't want her life to dramatically change and sort of be alienated, she basically had to do what they wanted her to do. I mean, your parents can be very, especially if they're tiger parents, or, if they have these high expectations for her, she probably, I can imagine, didn't want to disappoint her parents. She probably just thought she could do this and then sort of get away or do what she wanted to do as well with the YouTube channel and still attempt to make her parents happy. I'm sure she did not ever expect for this to ruin her life. She has a very successful YouTube career. According to an interview that her mom did, her mom said she had over 1 million subscribers, and she had brand deals as well. And if you think about that, at 19 years old, YouTube does take quite a bit of skill with video editing, and you have to be comfortable in front of the camera. And she seems very charismatic, and she does tutorials, so she's providing something to her viewers. I mean, I don't know. I don't really consider Lori Loughlin to be that big of a star. I guess she is, but I'm not that big of a fan of her work. So your mom by itself is not going to get you that many followers, and especially viewer engagement. So she's earned this all on her own, and she's doing this channel all on her own. She definitely deserves everything that she's worked for, and I do consider it to be work to put work into a YouTube channel, and especially if she has to go on trips and promote things with companies, there's a lot involved with that. And any 19-year-old should not willingly commit fraud or participate in fraud. But this involves her parents, and like I said earlier, your parents have a great influence on your life. This is not like a boyfriend that got her into school, or she hasn't paid for USC with her own money. This is really, again, seems to all be her parents doing, and I honestly feel sorry for her. And I'm really surprised to say that, but I do feel like YouTube is just absolutely ripping her a new one, and I just feel like society has this sick need to have a scapegoat, and privilege and naivety are not crimes. So the parents really should have known better. in this situation, and they were not young parents, they were older when they had her, and this was definitely not good role modeling. They didn't go to college. They wanted to live out some fantasy through her, and this happened to Olivia Jade. This is something that happened to her, and she probably felt like she really didn't have a choice but to go along with it. So by law, she is an adult. She can be tried in court for this. Hopefully her parents will do the right thing now that they have the opportunity to, and hopefully they'll admit that they've forced her into this. And if anything, she's definitely said over and over that she did not want to go to school and that her parents made her. So I don't know what's going to happen now. So hopefully she can rebound from this. This could be a great opportunity for her to humble herself maybe and make a comeback and see if she can turn this around somehow. So this is just coming from someone with a personal experience of having a parent that was very controlling. And I'm not saying that Lori Loughlin was controlling. Maybe money itself was controlling Olivia Jade. I have no idea. Obviously, she had the desire and the drive to create and want to do something by herself and on her own and get her camera out and sit in front of her camera and, meet with people all on her own and go places all on her own and work with brands. And she seems very sweet. And really, if she is the sweet girl that just had this bad luck, then hopefully she can turn this all around. And I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.